Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Mic check, 1 2 1 2. All right, good morning, everybody, and happy Tuesday. We are on the second day of the work week, making sure my audio is working A-OK. And it sounds good to go. All right, hey there, Doris. Hope you're having a wonderful morning. All right, guys, before we get started, just let me know if you need anything regarding weather, right? I'm here to answer all and every question you have. If you're traveling across the country or the state, if you're driving or if you're flying, weather-wise, it should be fairly smooth. However, I have seen some delays across the country. It's been causing some problems at different airports. But anyways, yeah, weather-wise, it's clear, it's hot, high pressure and full control. And regarding heavy rain or unsettled weather, it's really not going to do much problems or delay anything here in San Antonio. But again, we'll see how things play out in the next several days. But just continuing the trend of hot and dry and triple-digit heat. Unfortunately, signs of weakening high pressure this weekend, which will allow for some rain chances to work back in. We'll dive into detail on that in just a little bit. Okay, so molds are light. If you're sneezing, it may be that, but that's the only pollen on the pollen count today. Otherwise, very clear and going to be another hot day around 104 to 105 for today's high temperature. Take a look at some of the progress this month. It's been excessively hot. Almost every single day has consisted of a heat advisory or an excessive heat warning. First couple of days and even the week of July wasn't that bad. You can see back on the 6th and 7th, our highs were in the lower 90s. But ever since pretty much not last Saturday, but the Saturday before, we've hit 100 degrees every single day. And as a matter of fact, we're at 10 consecutive days at triple-digit heat. If we hit 100 degrees today or hotter, we'll make it 11, and that is flirting with some records, both on high temperature, average max temperature, and consecutive triple-digit heat days as well. As a matter of fact, take a look. Some of this right here will show you kind of what I'm talking about. So back in 1962, San Antonio hit 100 plus 21 days in a row. We're nowhere near that. But notice at the very bottom of your screen, if you can look at that, I'll try and zoom in actually. Let's see if you can see that. Let's see if that works. And you'll see 2023 at the very bottom of your screen. We're at 10 total days, right? And fifth place is back in 2011 where we hit 100 plus 12 days in a row. So we're only 2 days away from that. And based on what we're seeing on the 7-day, we're likely going to be near that this week. So get ready for more heat as the high is not letting up anytime soon. Our average high temperature, not our average temperature, we excluded low temperatures for this particular graphic. But notice our average high for July 2023 has been averaging out at 100.1 degrees. That is insanely and excessively hot. That's almost near the all-time record, which was actually just last year of 101.6. So we're not too far from that. And based on, again, what we're seeing as we progress through this week, not much is going to change. We're going to stay in that range of 100 to 105 for the foreseeable future until this high officially breaks down and moves away from Texas. Okay, so energy matters. Please conserve your energy between the hours of 3 and 8 o'clock today. It really does help. Right now it's 89 degrees at Stinson, 87 at the airport. We are mostly clear, 4-5 mile an hour winds from the south and southeast, but that's a hot wind. So what that's doing is keeping the humidity relatively high. But the thing is, in the afternoons, you'll actually see the dew point or the relative humidity go down a little bit. Because as high temperatures go up to about 100 to 105, you lose a little bit of humidity as air temperatures keep rising to 104, 105 to 106. But regardless, dangerously hot, excessive heat warnings are on effect for San Antonio and surrounding counties. As a matter of fact, here's the map that shows you up and down I-35, dangerous heat. The pink shaded counties like Medina County, towards Uvalde, Atascosa County and Wilson County and Guadalupe County, all the way up to Austin, even Dallas, I believe, let me zoom in, is inside that excessive heat warning. So air temperatures in our local viewing area, San Antonio, South Central Texas, on the order of 103 to 105. That's our air temperature. But the heat index could get as high as 106 to 109. Remember, that's when you tag on the high humidity values, and that's what makes it feel hotter than the ambient air temperature. So something to keep in mind. Please limit time outdoors today. Take breaks, find shade, drink water and more water because it is dangerously hot outside. Okay, satellite radar, as we mentioned, it's clear. So if you're driving, you're good to go. It's just hot everywhere you go from here to Louisiana. In Louisiana, they may see some sea breeze showers. You can see some rain offshore, but otherwise fairly quiet across the entire South, which is why everywhere from Florida to Texas to Arizona to even Southern California is underneath at some level of heat advisory or heat warning. It's very dangerously hot across the South. Notice up farther north, this may be a reason for delays and near Missouri, south of St. Louis. And this particular complex of storms will move towards Kentucky and Tennessee probably in the next half hour, if not a little later than that. But that's where the weather is the most active, near Kansas City, Missouri, Kansas, north of Oklahoma, near Nebraska, and near Iowa as well. Notice though, as I zoom out, satellite radar, it is bone dry in our area. Zooming in, we'll show you that later. Okay, today, this should say Tuesday's forecast. Let me readjust that. And it is gonna be hot. So 103 to 104 for the city, and that's gonna be dangerously hot, guys. So remember, when you factor in the heat index, gonna be a lot hotter than that. Please have a bottle of water at arm's reach. It is very dangerously hot out there. 103 for the forecast high today for your Tuesday. And watch how high pressure kind of wobbles and moves around over the next 4 to 5 days. By Friday, it's right overhead, which keeps the heat really strong and around. By Saturday and Sunday, it starts to move to the west. That's the great news, but it's going to be brief, probably just for Saturday and Sunday. And then you'll see as we move into Monday and Tuesday next week, 7 to 10 days out, it starts to move back towards New Mexico, the Panhandle, and towards the Rocky Mountain Northwest. And that's going to keep things still hot, but on that northerly flow on the eastern side of high pressure. What that's going to do is open the door for at least some rain. You can see on this forecast model, it's not going to be a lot. It's more clouds, if anything, but that'll help with shade. But on Sunday and even Saturday, a 20 to 30, 40% chance on maybe an isolated shower or an isolated storm. It's not going to be a slam dunk, certainly not going to be a lot. And I do think most of the rain will be farther east of San Antonio towards Houston and even Louisiana. But it's something to watch because it'll keep the door open for at least daily chances for rain, and that's something we desperately need. With the grass so dry, the vegetation dry, and drought worsening after this spring's rain, we do need the rainfall. Okay, 105 today, that's the air temperature we're forecasting. We'll have to adjust that last timeline, but still just hot nonetheless. 104s tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday. The heat index, because of the lack of soil moisture and how just dry it's been over the last 3 to 4 weeks, air temperature and the heat index is not going to vary too much. And with those south and southeast winds, keeping things moving, but not that much, 5 to 15 miles an hour. And then here comes Saturday and Sunday. As I mentioned, a little bit of more cloud cover and some shade, but still that small, slim chance at rain, straight isolated showers possible on Saturday and Sunday. If you have outdoor plans, of course, drink plenty of water, take breaks, but also don't cancel your plans over that small chance at rain. It's very slim, and it's only accounting for a very small population and small area of our forecast region. But still, 102 is a little cooler, if you can call that cool. On Sunday and Monday, 102, mornings in the 77 to 79 range. Otherwise, very dangerous heat all week long. Get ready for that as we continue, I should say, with this very dangerous heat pattern. Notice 104 to 105 for the next 4 to 5 days. Likely heat advisories will still be an issue. Will still be issued for San Antonio and surrounding counties, so something to keep in mind, especially if you're working outside. If you have any friends or family working outside, please take breaks, find shade, and drink plenty of water when you can. 102 on Saturday and Sunday with just, again, that small chance at rain.